Hey guys, today I want to show you how to make starfruit hot sauce. The main ingredients is 2 white onions, 2 bulbs of garlic, and approximately 30 habaneros. Now you're going to want to put the cookie sheet in the oven until everything is roasted. It takes about an hour on my oven. For this recipe I use 4 cups of vinegar, and then I pour that into the pot. Personally, I like to use fresh limes. I go to my friend's farm and pick them right off the tree, bring them home in a 5-gallon bucket, and then squeeze them while I'm making my hot sauce. I do a 1-to-1 ratio, 4 cups of vinegar to 4 cups of freshly squeezed lime. You're welcome to buy pre-squeezed lime from the store, but I find the fresher the better. So for years I've been buying little bottles of hot sauce from the store, and they cost about $5 a piece, and I never know what I'm going to get. So one year I decided I'm going to start making my own. I don't like to put sugar in anything I make, so what I'm going to do instead is use about 2 oranges for the natural sugar content inside the oranges. I find that the bit of the pulp you get when you're squeezing oranges can add a bitter taste to anything you do. I like to use a strainer and remove as much pulp as I can. Once you have the vinegar and lime in the pot, you're going to want to bring it to a boil. Once everything is roasted, you take it out of the oven and you put it in the pot with the boiling vinegar and lime. After you put everything in the pot with the boiling vinegar and lime, you're going to want to let it simmer for about 30-45 minutes. Now that you got everything in the pot simmering, it's time to add the starfruit. So what I do is cut the ends of the starfruit off first, then I cut the corner rimes off, and then I slice it down the center and pull out the seeds. You're going to want to pull out as many seeds as possible because they're not going to add a very good flavor. I add about 10 to 12 starfruit to this recipe. Now I cook old school. I don't measure anything, I just go with my gut and just add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. For this particular recipe, this is what I added. A bit of salt, a bit of cumin, some paprika, some black pepper, complete seasoning, just a little bit of turmeric, some other vegetable seasoning. Honestly, you can add whatever your heart's desire. You're going to want to let it rest for another 30 to 45 minutes before you put it in the blender. Now the trick to blending is to make sure that you put enough liquid in your blender and only fill it up halfway. The time to make this hot sauce takes about 4 hours, so be prepared for that. As you can see, I'm using 2 pots here, so after you've blended it once with the 1 pot, you're going to want to grab it and blend it a second time and put it back into your steaming pot. After you blended everything for the second time and all the material is inside the cooking pot, you're going to want to bring it back to a quick boil and then let it sit for another 30 to 45 minutes. This gives all the newly blended material time to mix together and let the flavors flow, and it's a very important step. Now after everything is rested for about 30 to 45 minutes, it's time to do the last and final blend. Now don't forget to use a funnel when pouring into the jar. Once the jar is full, you're going to want to seal it quickly, let it sit for about 30 minutes outside of the fridge, then put it in the fridge for 1 week. I say let it sit in the fridge for a week to give all the ingredients a chance to sit there and mingle and do what they got to do, because at the end of the 1 week, your hot sauce is going to taste amazing. Now to make another one of my favorite hot sauces is do the exact same thing as this one. Instead of adding the starfruit, you add a can of chipotle peppers. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and hit that like button.